What's going on, Virgo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a great week so far. So for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Virgo. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy to have yourself a sponsor here. We are in for an amazing journey. Because it's General Energy Weekly Spread. We're just going to move on, Virgo. Because with this weekly spread, whenever you happen to come across this video, there could be some messages in here for you. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. There's great energy all around here, Virgo. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? Thank you. And in case y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I like watching, Virgo, so definitely check them out. Very cool groups. I think you'd like them. But let's get to your first card here. Oh, looks like we got to get some eyes on some things, Virgo, because you got the 7th card of Taurus here, which is the eyeglasses card. I need to get some glasses. And with this card, this is a card of assessment, evaluate options, perspective, review, analyze, opinion, judgment, examine, seeing clearly, the fine print, estimate, closer look, focus, awareness, and check the details. An interesting, Virgo, the energy that's coming through here is judgment. And just as a thing with your sign, you know, Virgo gets the generalization of being, you know, like overly critical and, you know, just kind of nitpicky and things, and I don't feel like it's just doing that. I feel like when you're in your energy, Virgo, it's not that you are trying to poke and prod and just do all, and just like bring the energy down. You really do have an eye for finding out how to bring out the most out of someone. You know, yours is a sign of, yours is a very unique energy, Virgo, but I do feel that depending on how that comes across, that, and it's like, I feel like it's a two-way street thing, Virgo. But if you've been noticing, maybe for some, if people have been feeling judged by you, or maybe you've been feeling extra critical of people as of late. I mean, depending on where you're watching this, I want to say, Mercury, I want to say is comfortably in your sign, if I'm not mistaken. I have to double check that, Virgo. But, you know, your mind is, you know, Mercury's at home, you know, in your sign. So I feel like your mind is, and with couple that with Mars being in your sign too, that you are in a very efficient energy right now, and we all are. But I feel like it's, maybe for some, there's this energy of maybe our standards may be higher than what another person can deliver at that moment. You know what I mean? Because I feel like it's one thing to really see the potential in someone, but if we try to force that thing along, then it creates this dissonance, and then it's not well received, and then it's like we're we're getting the reverse effect, where it's like then they may start going against what you say just to be out of spite here, Virgo. You kind of get what I'm saying there? And that's kind of some of the energy that's coming through. So it's not necessarily editing yourself or anything along those lines, but it's just more so kind of intuitively kind of reading your audience, or maybe who would be more receptive to the critiques than those who aren't quite there yet, you know, Virgo. And this could be too, let me not stop acting like you just throwing all the stuff around here, Virgo. Maybe some of you have been feeling under a lot of judgment lately. Maybe you've been feeling like you've been under this kind of extra kind of watchful eye, or this kind of like scrutiny. Maybe this gives me like maybe like a micromanagement at work possibly, or maybe there's this I mean, this could maybe even be like where we have like family members maybe judging us, friends, even like part. I'm not sure, Virgo, but if we've been feeling this sense of judgment or something, no, no, Virgo, when you're with me, you are in a judgment-free zone always, and if we're feeling that, that might be something we need to do, like just like establish a zone of like what's going on here. This is something that I'm feeling. Is it just me? Am I in my head right now? Just, and that might be something, just yeah, clarify the air as well, Virgo, or and it might be too that maybe it's just like if we have been feeling this judgment, and depending where it's coming from, might need me to put some boundaries up there, Virgo. But let's get some tarot and get some more details on this. Thank you. All right, Virgo, let's see what we got here. Interesting. So you have the art card, the Prince of Wands, and then the Two of Cups here, Virgo. And the energy that's kind of coming through right away, this gives me very kind of creative energy. And Virgo is very, yours is a sign of, you are surprisingly, not surprisingly, but you are a very creative sign there, Virgo. Like, it's more surprising, like, because a lot of my favorite artists, they're Virgos. And, like, as far as, like, musicians and things, so I'm just like, And I feel like maybe for some we've been, it, and that's the kind of energy that I feel like was coming out, that how even what I was saying, that kind of glib little like surprising, it's like it feels like that maybe for some it's like maybe we have this sort of, we have this innate ability that we have, and it always feels like that maybe we're, let's say example, if we are an artist, or maybe you want to write books or something, you have this passion here, this thing that really kind of fills up all your cups, and that really gets you manifesting. But it just seems like that there's something here, this could be, maybe family, again, maybe a partner, even like there's some sort of situation that seems to be restricting this sense of expression, maybe, whether this, and this doesn't have to be maybe even just artistic, just any sort of like self-expression in general. Maybe there's it always either feels like that it could have started maybe as someone would critique us, and then we kind of carried it on to ourselves, whether you try to move on from those things, but you still find yourself doing, it's almost like you can hear them telling you when you're getting ready to do a certain thing, like, oh, that's not right, or oh yeah, you're gonna do it that way, and like that type of stuff. And it's like, so we already have that internal dialogue and already, so it's like to compound that with another, it's like it's a lot that's going on here, Virgo. And I feel that that could potentially, because after the art card is a devil moment, and right before it is the death card, and I feel like that there is something here that's maybe needing to change, that there's like a sense of more so kind of focusing on where you are, and not worrying about how others judge how you do things, about how you grow. you know I'm even getting an energy here of like, how it's almost like that energy of like, I'll give you a good example, and I feel like this is a pretty common thing with people. It's like math, where I didn't mind math, but like to me, it was like, if unless you were going to do something to major with it, it seemed a little extra for me. But I remember talking with a teacher about it, like, because I get the significance of numbers and things, and it's a shame that math does get such a bad rep as it does. But I remember talking with a teacher, and I was a solid music student in growing up, and she was surprised that I wasn't better in math than I was, and it was just like, well, it's different. It's like how this stuff here, how you have it formulated, it doesn't make sense. But when you present it more because music is very much about, you got eighth notes, quarter notes. You do need to have a sense of there's numbers that are going on with that there, but it's in a more different kind of abstract way, so where you may not shine in one outlet, you shine in another here. And I feel that maybe for some it's like we've been just kind of try to fit this one type of mold, maybe even like even by embodying this uniqueness, this very interesting energy here, Virgo. Let's get some more on that. And look at that. I like that. Soon we start from one of Taurus's cards too. I like that. Huh? Thank you. Oh, interesting, Virgo. All right, so you got that's like night and day, because you have the Six of Disc here, and then you have the Nine of Swords, and I feel like the thing that's getting in the way, maybe of getting to the Six of Pentacles, where we feel like we're, I don't know this, because this can be a card of success, but it feels like what's getting in the way of that is I feel like it's like either a combination of some things that maybe someone has told us, and then we've embodied this thing, Virgo, and it's like we've taken this energy on, where it's just like this loop that's been just playing on in our heads. Because the Nine of Swords can be a card of cruelty, and Nine of Swords, it's one thing for, I remember seeing a meme, I think I might have told you this, Virgo, where there's this girl that's like, you're gonna have to, you can't, if you're gonna criticize me, you're gonna have to really step your game up, because what you've said, I've probably said about myself 10 times over. And where that is really funny, it's something to think about, if that is really the case, because where I am, again, for critiques and things, we want it to be in a sense that is pushing us towards success, instead of instead of bringing us down. And this may be something where, if we have been noticing that because yours is a very active mind, Virgo, and wherever you have Virgo placements, any kind of mercurial type of energy is it's going to be active for sure. I have a Gemini moon, and it's something else. But I do feel that if we have gotten into that sort of mindset, it's just like, how do we counteract that? The Six of Disc can be like a card of reciprocity. Like you like give and take, and I feel like if we just let this negative energy just take from you all the time, Virgo, it's just going to have you feeling uninspired and all these things. But if we can kind of balance out this energies more, because, we do need these negatives to push us into positives. But it's just like, how do we work them into that? You know what I mean? All right, I like that, Virgo. Let's get some tea. And let's get some more on this. All right, Virgo. So you got the 6 card of Leos here, which is Curtain Call. And with this card, this is a card of acclaim, fame, recognition, parade, celebrity, admiration, applause, show, appreciation, spotlight, focused attention, theater, act, performance, and you're watching a movie. And the energy that's coming through here, Virgo, is the theater energy here. And that's interesting. I feel like for some, look at you, Virgo, maybe we are getting a feeling a little artistic. Maybe we're thinking about, maybe it's like for some, it's like there could be, I don't know, there's this performance that could be coming up. Or maybe we have maybe it's even something that we want to even volunteer for, maybe taking some acting classes or joining some music stuff. Because I like that first little 3 card pocket that you came through there, because that did give me very just kind of creative vibes here. Very much just tapping into that more something to help you get out of your head, Virgo. I feel like it's and get you more in that intuitive space, because just thinking about that, all of us can learn from our opposite sign. My sun sign's in Cancer, so I'm looking at Capricorn, but your opposite sign is Pisces, and where yours is a sign of kind of like that day to day routines, that structure, getting the having the game plan, and just being and manifesting, abundance and things. Pisces is about that more the spiritual aspect. And what you can I feel like what Pisces can learn from you is like how to take that spiritual energy and ground it in the day to day and operate in that more intuitive space where it's you it's more or excuse me in that more earthly space where you are learning to operate in that more intuitive space, because that's one where Earth, the way that I feel your sign manifests really can, when you're really kind of tuned into that energy, Virgo, it really is impressive what you can get done. And I feel if one thing for some, like if, especially if you've been kind of feeling in this, maybe like in this judgment, I don't know, well, let me get back to that first. Let me stay focused here. Because with the theater, it's like for some, if we've been wanting to pursue some sort of passion or some sort of again some sort of way of of expression, whether this is the theater, this could be even like joining like working picking up mechanics, or maybe you're wanting to join like a running group or something, whatever, Virgo. I do feel that there is a need for that the stage is calling, and that's and for some it feels that there is that fear that maybe others will judge us, and that how can we really achieve the success, the doubts, the fears, things along those lines. But it's like the more it's like the more we I don't know pursue these things, the more because I like this too. Virgo six of Leo six of disc. I feel like they're something's connected there. I like that. Just pursuing that. But let me get some tarot on this, Virgo. Let's get some details on this. Thank you. Oh, there you are, Empress. Let's see what's going on here, Virgo. Because you have the lovely Empress, the Universe, the Prince of Cups, and then the Four of Disc. And let's talk about the Empress, Virgo, since I love the Empress. She is a very abundant sign. On top of, she's the big thing I feel like with the Empress is that she is a sign, or she's a sign, she is the planet of beauty, but not in just the sense of being beautiful. She is the type that spreads beauty throughout her universe. She is a huge appreciator, huge supporter of art and self-expression, especially with her being in Leo. She's retrograde right now until the 3rd of September, but with her being in a creative sign like Leo, this is a great energy for you, Virgo, to bring beauty to the world, because yours is also a sign of service. But service is not just, it doesn't have to just be like working for someone, or it can be bringing something to the world that others can appreciate, that's bringing their vibration, raising their vibration, that can even, because you really have a gift of bringing form, Virgo, like bringing things to it's tapping into those details and being able to lay out those plans and have that analytical mind to it's very practical too, but it still has you it's a really, I feel like of the earth signs, it's probably Virgo's probably one of the easiest one as far as like manifestation goes, just because you have that structure of the ground, plus that being a mutable sign as well, that flexibility, that and then the I it's There's something that's wanting to be tapped into, and I feel like for some it's like we're keeping it repressed, maybe, and it could be again because we've heard some judgments in the past, or maybe we're worried about what others have said, or maybe we're already kind of starting this thing, but then we've had where some people have said some things, and now we're feeling we've become a hermit. Virgo, you've gone into your major arcana energy, and you're just kind of withdrawn. And I feel like it's hold on, just give me a little more tea, Virgo. In this energy, like this, the four of this is the when we're talking about Earth energy. This is the Sun in Capricorn. In the universe is Saturn. They rule over Capricorn. But I feel there is something that if we were to, it's like this judgment and stuff here. This is part of the challenge. And if we can push through this stuff, just persevere, develop that resilience, then I feel that it's really going to get you in a place of the energy I'm really getting is just like I heighten just kind of manifestation here, just with this your major arcana combination here, Universe Empress art card. That's really a very abundant place to be, Virgo. Let's get your last oracle card. Alright, last one here, Virgo. There's Sagittarius. You got the second card of Sagittarius, which is the dice card. And with this card is a card of gamble, taking a risk, luck, playing games, chances are, roll with it, random results, win, lose, uncertain outcome, playing the game, potential, fate, and what happens next. An energy that's coming through here, Virgo, is it taking a risk. And I do feel like for some that I feel like again for some just with this, if we've been feeling this need of, I don't know, it's like we've been kind of maybe bottling something up as far as like either some sort of creative endeavor, or again just like, or maybe even just keeping ourselves kind of locked up here, because it's interesting. It's interesting with these princes here, because I feel like if we were to take this chance, and come out of this more kind of reclusive place, because this is Scorpio energy for me, this Prince of Cups, and the Prince of Wands is Leo energy. It's like Scorpio deals with kind of that hidden, that mysterious realm. But I feel like if we were to take that risk and just kind of, again, be our authentic selves, the knights or the princes in this deck, all of them have their eyes closed except the Prince of Wands. He sees when he's going for whatever it is, he goes boldly. It may not know entirely what he's doing, because I love talking about him. He doesn't even have this is his first day on a chariot. He's not even holding the reins. I mean, a tiger pulling it, I mean, points for uniqueness, and he's doing a lot. It may even be on fire, but again, dramatic effect, Leo energy. But it does. He's doing it with confidence, and I do feel like there is an energy that when we start doing this stuff and being more of ourselves, it's like our eyes are going to open to a whole different world here, and there is going to be this level of expansion of what you can create, and it kind of helps you release from the judgments. And very interesting. Let's get some tarot on this, Virgo. right, Virgo. Last little bit here. All right, so you have the Four of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Queen of Cups, right, the Prince of Disc, and then the Knight of Disc here. And oh, excuse me, I say Prince, Princess of Disc. And let's switch back over here, Virgo. Because I will say for some, I do feel like for some you are in a very abundant energy. Just because Princess of Disc, she's fertile with life. You know, she's pouring her energy into the scepter. There's this grove here, and that's just I feel like for some it's like you, it's like the universe is giving you almost like this blank slate to really kind of fill in what you want. You know, where what would get you beaming because it's your energy here. There's a Knight of Disc here, Virgo, and it's like what would give you beaming, what would get you, what would have you feeling stable even too. It's like because I feel there is this sense of finding this this grounding in this more, or it's almost like with the Queen of Cups being here because she's a very she's of in this deck she's a very mysterious queen, like, honestly, of the court cards really. And I do feel that there is a, for some, that if we could, it's like if we could lift that veil kind of behind us, it's like someone's like I'm not, I think I'm gonna get a little bit more with the Queen of Cups, but let me. I feel that if we were to take this risk, whether it be whatever it may be, and it's gonna be because for me this Four of Cups is like stepping out of a comfort zone here, Virgo. Like we're, you know, maybe we're, and I don't even feel like you have to compromise for, let's say if we were used to living, like it's like a certain lifestyle that we're living, but it's like something is like needing to change. Like maybe we need to make more time for something. We're feeling this sense of restriction or kind of like a, I don't know, something's not being, it's in this, I feel like this restriction's happening because something's not being filled. But when we start doing this thing, there's going to be more reward than maybe even what we expected. It may feel disappointing. Let me get this energy for the Queen of Cups, right? See if I can make a little more sense of that, Virgo. Let's see what's going on here, Virgo. Interesting. Okay, so the Queen of Cups is clarified by the Five of Swords, the Fool, and then the Ten of Cups. And I feel like this is kind of leaning more towards this taking risk is leaning more towards this kind of theater, like the pursuing something that, because the Fool is Uranus energy, and that deals, Uranus is about freedom and that eccentricity, and they rule over Aquarius, and both Uranus and Saturn do. And I feel that maybe for some with the Five of Swords, it's just like we've been defeated by like other people's thoughts, possibly, or maybe even our own too. But something has been keeping us from getting this sense of this contentment, you know, and filling up all of our cups here. And so, I feel the Fool is this sort of, because Uranus energy is very intuitive. It's also like kind of like flashes of insight almost for like the future in a sense. You know, it gives you this. It's a strong ability, and the Queen of Cups is a very intuitive energy, and I feel that if we take this leap, you know, take this chance and try these new things again, get out of a comfort zone and don't be, you know, and however this may look, you know, there may be some disappointments along the way, some failures and moments we feel defeated, but that's the whole point of the journey, you know, it's to provide this growth and get you to feeling like a knight of disc, feeling stable, feeling like a knight of disc, not just like a knight of disc, feeling like an empress, Virgo. So look at that. I almost forgot about the empress, and maybe that's something you might forget about too. That you are an empress, that you have empress capabilities, and that you put your mind to it, Virgo. Like you can do it. So and whatever that means. So just keep that in mind. I feel I've seen you. I was with a Virgo for a long time. I've seen and I know some people who have some strong Virgo placements. So I've seen your energy go to Virgo, and I'll tell you that all the time. Till the sun goes down, comes back up again. So all right, and I'm gonna leave that there, Virgo. But if anything resonated, which I hope we've been feeling inspired and feeling creative here, Virgo, I'm feeling ready to take some action. You know, get some of this stuff cooking up here. But give it a thumbs up and share this if you know someone who's maybe been wanting to pursue again. Like I don't know, it's like we've been maybe judging ourselves for like what makes us happy. You know, maybe we've been taught to do like go for ignore our feelings and go for more kind of like the stable route, you know, as far as like getting things. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just like maybe we can incorporate that other like avocation or something along those lines, Virgo. But I'm getting back to your reading. Share this, Virgo, and don't try not to get into the readings. No, I'm kidding. But subscribe and hit that bell button to get notified when I release videos each week. And you know, one more thing, Virgo, just kind of thinking about that. Sometimes what I like, and this is something just kind of recently that's been kind of popping out to me, like when you get the Empress and like any kind of queen energy, because she's the culmination of the queens. I feel like that's kind of like an energy where because you know the Empress is always working on herself, and I feel like there is a need to kind of focus on that Queen of Cups type of energy, that more kind of emotional, kind of intuitive. And all the queens are intuitive, but it just in very different ways. This is more of a feeling type of sense. Like we were talking about tapping into that Pisces energy, but or that Pisces, learning from that, yeah, that side. But yeah, just something to think about there, Virgo. And then lastly, you got a lovely card here. Speaking of, this is Cancer energy, the Queen of Cups. But if you have any Cancer in your placement, Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Oh, maybe not. You might not have it in. You may not have. Oh no, you might have it in Venus. Yeah, you might have it in Venus there, Virgo. Why not? And then come on over to my other channel, the Cherryden Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans, and it's a good old time. And all the housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here, so I can get you out of here, Virgo. Interesting. So you got the Seven of Cups here, Virgo. And normally with this card, this is like this is where I kind of got where like my prelude to a devil moment was this card, because when I really started first learning reading stuff was with the Thoth deck. And the thing with the Seven of Cups, though, this can be a card of options. And I feel that for some, you know, there's this, I feel like a lot of options would open up for you in a way that, and I feel like how these cups are kind of just like kind of sullied here, Virgo. These would clear up a lot of these cups. I feel like the energies, because this is what I feel like happens when we don't really pursue those passions and don't pay attention to those kind of callings or anything along those lines. So I feel like if we were to really, I'm gonna get your oracle card, but I feel like if we were to really kind of pay attention to the options that we do have and just kind of pursue them and see what they kind of feel like, you know, or what possibilities could come from that. I feel like it can be very rewarding for you, Virgo. Maybe change how you view how you accumulate abundance. You know, it's Virgo, you get 2 cards. Interesting. Okay, so you got the birth card in reverse, and then you got the maintain card upright. And I feel that with this energy, especially with the starting up stuff, it's like I don't feel like there's a problem. I feel like once you, it's not going to be a problem maintaining this thing, Virgo. But the thing is getting this thing started, taking that first step for whatever that's looking like. You know, maybe we're joining that acting class, learning a new instrument, going to that auto body shop, learning, you know, whatever that is. Getting that thing once you figure out what that baby's looking like. Ooh, and interesting, Virgo. But once you get that figured out, I feel like it is going to become effortless how you can work it into your routine. But considering that you got the birth card here to Virgo, you got Prince of Death. She's a very pregnant empress. You know, she's not a pregnant empress. Well, yes, you are, girl. If you're not looking for babies, then let's be mindful. But if we are, you know, this could be a time. But, you know, even with that, I am getting an extra sense of mindfulness. Like, if it doesn't feel like the and even Queen of Cups, if it doesn't feel like the right moment there, Virgo, I feel like it's being. Yeah, I know you know this, but just something to think about there. That's I'm not trying to scare you or anything, Virgo. It's just something, you know. It's a big deal. That's a big creation there, Virgo. What we're talking that's you know. Hmm. And again, you know, in a judgment free zone, but I feel like it's like I don't know, something about that taking a risk. It's like it may be we gamble right now. Like, you know, just making sure that we have all our affairs in order. You know, I feel like before we I'm gonna leave that there, Virgo. So you stay safe out there. All this just with all these babies. No, Virgo. With all this, you know, possibly being judged, you know, and or judging ourselves, and you know, whatever this risk we are taking, you know, yeah, let's be safe, but this calculated risk, Virgo, you know, and which I feel like you would be a professional at though, and you are a professional at Virgo. It's just believe in that. Rage vibrates to the roof. Especially been feeling kind of down, been in kind of your head. Take some time, self care, and that could be something too, Virgo. Before we start up anything with this birth card here, maybe it's just doing some general maintenance here. You know, just making sure that you're all good before we go about investing into something new. So that's something to think about, Virgo. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.